How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at some of my Scream Factory Blu-rays. But these aren't just any Scream Factory Blu-rays, these are Hammer movies. Hammer is a classic British production house. A lot of you guys know them for their Dracula and Frankenstein series, but they've done a whole bunch more than that, and a lot of their movies have gotten recent Blu-ray releases from Scream Factory, and I am really happy about that. Now, this is Volume 2. I've done other Blu-ray releases before on this channel. Actually, Volume 1 got over 500 views, and I'm so thankful that you guys supported that video. Normally, I try to, whenever I see that you guys like a video that much, get out another volume really quick. It's been 10 months since Volume 1, and I don't know how I let it get that long. Just oops, I guess. I'll try to get Volume 3 out a lot sooner. The only thing with these Hammer Blu-rays is a lot of the ones they're putting out now are the ones that Universal distributed in the States, and the thing with that is I already have this DVD release, the Hammer Horror Series 8-film collection, and a lot of the ones they're releasing on Blu-ray now I already have in this set. Now, this set, they are double DVDs, and of course only DVDs, and I don't think there's any significant amount of bonus features on this. So I might upgrade some to Blu-ray, and if you guys have any of the Universal Scream Factory Hammer Blu-rays, and if you have any recommendations like, oh, this release is really good or that release is really good as far as, you know, upgrade to picture quality or bonus features, I'll definitely be listening to recommendations. This one has Curse of the Werewolf on it, and that was a very good movie, so I'm definitely thinking about giving that one an upgrade. But anyway, so I'll try to get to Volume 3 a lot sooner than I got to 2. But let's just jump right in with the first movie. This is one of the older ones that Scream Factory put out, so this was before I had started collecting a lot of them, and I was really happy to see this pop up in the used movie shop. I was like, oh good, there's one I missed, and I get to get it now. Demons of the Mind, a Hammer production, directed by Peter Skies, and I really like this up at the top where it says a Hammer production. Hammer made a ton of movies, and I don't know the titles to all these movies, so I really like them labeling the Hammer ones in the top there. I already knew that this was Hammer beforehand, but I really wish that they had more of a marker. There's the new Hammer logo on the back there, the red one. But anyway, this movie, 19th century depraved baron, he has 2 adult kids, and he locks them in the family castle. But when he locks up these kids, a nearby village is plagued with a series of murders and killings that trigger a mass hysteria of rituals and sadistic desires. So, you know, demons of the mind, a mental plague, and can these be destroyed, or will the village just go completely insane? So that's a really fun and cool concept. We open it up. The disc art is the same as the front cover, but if we take the disc out, we see that we have a really nice background artwork. Kind of reminds me of the kids from the Pet Sematary remake. But yeah, this whole little group there. But yeah, fun inner artwork. You see, Scream Factory, they always do something for the other side of the paper, and it's usually reversible artwork, but inner artwork's pretty cool, you know. Does lend something. It looks, you know, cool when you open it. So let's put that one over there. And let's move on to a Christopher Lee movie. This one is Rasputin The Mad Monk. And after his roles in, you know, Dracula and Frankenstein. This is probably the Hammer role that Lee's most known for. What mystic power did this man possess that turned men into killers and women into animals? So you get Rasputin, this monk, and he heals this lady, and that gets him into kind of the higher social circles. But with this newfound power, this might drive him a little mad with power. But yeah, Christopher Lee, a really good role here. And yeah, one of his better known Hammer roles, a really good character. And ooh, just noticed the barcode. Ooh. Anyway, open that up. Again, cover art on the front there on the disc, but we open up, we take the disc out, and we get this cool, another background art spread. Christopher Lee, red clothes, arms wide open. That's pretty cool there, pretty cool inner spread, you know, nice big wide image to put on the front. So yeah, another great one to have. Glad that Scream Factory put out a release of that. And up next, we have a classic monster with a different twist on it. This is Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. They had already done, Hammer had done, like, I think it was called The Two Faces of Dr. Jekyll, which was their first Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde adaptation. Now this one, Hammer was looking for new life, new twist. You know, they were trying to find something to spark the studio and do something different, and someone came up with this idea for a new twist on the old story. You get Dr. Jekyll, and he's making a formula to try to help people live longer, and it's this chemical that's only found in women, so he's getting dead corpses of women and getting this chemical from them, but that when he takes it, transforms him into this lady, so no one recognizes him, not because he's a monster in this one, but anyway, when people see him and they ask who the lady is, he says, "Oh, that's my sister," hence the title Sister Hyde. But yeah, it's a different take on the old story, so that's, yeah, a fun and clever twist with that one. There's the disc, and instead of inner art, this has reversible art. So the disc matches cover A, and let me see how fast I can flip the paper around. Getting pretty good at this. There we go. So this is the more traditional movie poster version. I like the regular cover, the A cover, because, you know, pretty clean and simple and cool. But it is cool to have this old-timey movie poster version of the cover, you know, shock after shock, and the big warning on the front. So that's pretty cool, and I do like reversible covers when they give it a modern cover and then the old-timey poster. You know, these old-timey posters are fun, and it's good to have a way to have that as your cover if you want it. Up next, I have two more, and then we'll have to, and then it'll be the end of the video. But anyway, these next two are Quatermass II and Quatermass and the Pit. So the first Quatermass movie does have a Blu-ray, but I don't think it's Scream Factory that did it, and it's harder to find. So I have the first Quatermass on DVD here, the Quatermass Experiment, with an X because it got an X rating and they were trying to kind of brag about it, aka The Creeping Unknown. And by the way, the X rating in England's not really that bad. But spacecraft returns with only one passenger aboard and a creeping monster. But like I said, no Scream Factory of that. The sequels, though, did have Scream Factory releases. Let's start off with Quatermass II. Get this big zombie-looking guy and the people and an explosion. But basically, There's a group of soldiers and government officials that are controlled by aliens from another world, and they send in Professor Quatermass to figure out what's going on. This film was retitled Enemy from Space for the US theatrical release. And so this cover here is Quatermass II, and I always leave it on the Quatermass II cover because it's part of a series, and I like to show, when it's a series, I like to have the series titles and not the alternates. But they do a clever thing here, and since this movie is known as Enemy from Space in a lot of places in America, this has the reversible cover, similar to the first one, a little more old-timey poster feel, and the elements are rearranged, but this other cover reads Enemy from Space. So if you know it as Enemy from Space, and if you want it for that, you can flip the cover. The spine there also says Enemy from Space, and the back is pretty much the same. But yeah, a cool reversible cover for this one, and if you want it to say that title, you have the option. Up next, we have Quatermass and the Pit. This is the third one in the series, and I really love this sort of watercolor-looking poster there. Her in, real-world colors, then he's in blue, and then this devil-looking figure in the red, and that spreads into the background. I really like this cover. It's a pretty cool image there. Flip it over to the back. This one's about these people. They're digging a subway tunnel, and they find a skull and a strange middle thing, and they're worried it's a bomb, but they're pretty sure it isn't, and they send in the professor to figure out what it is and if it's dangerous. But yeah, this is the last one Hammer did. There was more Quatermass movies, but they didn't really involve Hammer. In fact, these are actually technically remakes. You see, way back when they aired these on TV, and they weren't really concerned with saving TV back then, and their idea to save TV was just to remake the stuff they did on TV as movies. The Doctor Who and the Daleks over on the Amicus side was essentially the same concept. Nowadays we save everything, and it's kind of weird to see that idea, but cool movies, and these are much better preserved than the TV is. The original Quatermass doesn't have the full TV. But anyway, there's the disc art. That's a pretty good composition there. Quatermass in the Pit, and it already had that circle going. It looks great on the disc. So yeah, cool disc, but similar to the last one, in America this was retitled 5 Million Years to Earth, and the B cover is the American version of the title, the American poster, and I really love the A cover. This B cover also looks pretty cool, and I love it when they're both so good. It's hard to make a decision. I still stick with the A, but look at that. Force more powerful than 1,000 H-bombs unleashed to devastate Earth. World in panic. Cities in flames. 5 million years to Earth. And you get the people falling. The circle design almost looks like a Hitchcock poster with the graphic element and the skeleton guy at the bottom there. Really cool and fun. So anyway, that was 5 more Hammer movies released by Scream Factory. I love Hammer. They're always a blast, and they're really cool movies. And I want to get to Volume 3 pretty soon. Scream Factory's been good about keeping up releasing these, so I should get to another one sooner. But that being said, if you have any recommendations, things I should specifically hunt down, I'll see if I can get to those. But like I said earlier, a lot of them are the Universal movies that are in this pack already. So tell me which ones are the best upgrades, like which ones out of these Universal movies are the best to get on Blu-ray, and I'll I'll keep that in mind. A lot of those are pretty fresh, and I can just go to the store and the movie store and get them. But anyway, to everyone who's watched this far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you for doing that. You really are helping the channel out. I really appreciate it. I'll put a playlist on the bottom here. That'll be to all my Hammer reviews and collections. And so yeah, if you want more Hammer stuff, it'll be right there. I do about 95% horror on this channel, so to those of you who are big into horror movies, feel free to stick around. I got more of that. But anyway, have a good day, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Hammer playlist in the bottom there. Have a good day.